back to our original warm-up of just moving with the joints. So legs shoulder width apart. And we'll start with our wrists. Knees off lock, just to be nice and steady. And go back the other way. And elbows. Keep the upper arm flat and just move the lower part of the arm. Like you're a doll with strings on your arms. And go back the other way. And full rotation of the arm, upper arm. Look behind you, bring it full up, straight up as you come around. Then go back the other way. And the visitor. With that. Can see the other arm. And go forward. Just want to put this on mute. There. Sorry, go forward. And then with the waist, have your fingers open and just swing, but don't hit. Don't hit the body. And remember this sensation for later. What's happening? Where does the centrifugal force and energy go just by swinging? Each time, try to turn a little bit further behind you, stretching those muscles. It's really the waist, the knees, the ankles, everything gets twisted. And then the waist itself, legs apart. And go back the other way. With the legs together, do the knees. And back the other way. Now weight on one leg and twist the ankle and toes in one direction. And back the other way. And then switch. And back the other way. Then with the head, just hold it forward, not bobbing. And then hold it back. Feel the tension. Just a nice stretch. Again, forward, holding. And again, be back, holding it back. And then to the side, feel a nice stretch on the side of your neck. And then the other way. One more time. Back, holding it, but stretching. And then back. And then again with the swinging, but this time starting low and gradually raise it up till we're above our head, twisting helicopter. Then slowly lower. And then bring our hands in down to the lower dantian, right here, just below the navel. Holding that and breathing in and out of the nose. Bring it down deep and then follow the breathing. Come all the way down. Follow it in your mind all the way out. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Now start to warm it up. The circular motion. Feeling that activity start in the lower dantian. Bring the mind down into that area. It's the whole circle. It goes between the stomach and the back. Is a whole ball there, and you're activating it. We're touching the front, but we're thinking about this whole beach ball on the inside of your body. Now bring your hands around and just hold above your kidneys. Just hold there. You don't have to rub yet. Feel the warmth. Feel the warmth coming right into your kidneys. It's starting to vibrate. Now, massage in a circular motion. The kidneys are connected in terms of working with the bone marrow and the white blood cells. Go back the other way, reverse the circle. We're starting to activate the kidneys so that it can communicate with the white blood cell creation, which is our defensive mechanism. Now what we're going to do with the circle in our hands is beat on the sides of your spine. Go up, go down, up and down. This is called beating the heavenly drum. And you can already start feeling it go right through the body and start activating. The vibrations go through the whole body. Bring it up as far as you can in terms of how far your arms go, and then down to the waist and up a little more and down. Now, beating the heavenly drum actually there's two methods. We're going to do a second one also. So if you're taking your fingers and flip, like making a snap like that. So put your hand on your ears and then snap right on your head, and your hands are a cup on your ear, and you hear that thump in the head. And you do it fast. You're hearing that thumping. Again, before we were tapping down below, now we're tapping up high, again, to get the kidney activation of sending signals to the bone marrow creation. So the tighter you have this cup, the more you can hear that resounding sound. You even have a little hollowness to it. Now we'll put your hand in kind of not a tight fist, but in a loose fist. And as I twist, bring your foot up and hit down lower, nice and slow, low part of the rib cage. Hitting in the front, hitting in the back. Very slow. And we feel, as we swing our hand out, I feel energy flowing to my hand. But then as I bring my hand in, I bring it back. So two things are going. Sending the energy out and bringing it back in. And the hitting, again, helps activate the motions at force. Now, start going a little faster. And you can hit in a little different spot, but all the time down low. Slowly get faster. And we go even faster, then you don't have to lift your heels up so that you can get going faster. And see how fast you can go. And then start slowing down. And then you can bring your heels up again. Now you can really feel it, feel the warmth. Now we're going to come up to the chest bone, nice and slow. Be careful of buttons. Giving a tap under this bone is underneath is the thymus, which also is connected to white blood cell production, communicating into the bone marrow. Nice and slow. Feeling it hit. You feel that jar right down. And also, what's below this is the lungs. And that's, again, part of the system, the iron element with the lungs. We can feel it getting activated. Now start going faster. Even faster yet. Even faster again. And one last thump. This one we don't go slow, just the fast. So now if you can feel everything is all active and energized. Just a second. Okay. Sorry, I have to look at my notes sometimes. Now we bring our hands up to the skies and go up onto the balls of your feet and then down. Bring them up slowly. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Like a big bolt coming down, up on your toes and then down. One big thump. Bringing it up. Down. And up. Down. As I breathe, bring your hands up. I want to breathe. And then a shoot out. One more time. Breathing it up. And then single down. Now as I breathe my hands up, breathing in, palms down. Now I want to wiggle as fast as possible. All the way down. Breathing it up. It's like you put your finger in the electric socket. Everything twists, wiggles. Slowly come up and then wiggle all the way down. Knees, toes, ears, everything wiggles down. Bring it up. And then down. Wiggle one more time. Breathe it up. And wiggle all the way down. As I bring my hands back into the lower dantian space, feel how active the whole body is. Breathing might be elevated. Slowly calm it down. But feel what sensations and where are the sensations in the body. Very active. Is it in the bone marrow of your big thigh, legs, the upper part of the arms, just in the lower dantian area? Nice and hot. Not hot just because of physical activity, but it's the chi activity. It really is very, very warm. So let me balance this out with a microcosmic orbit as the palms come up and over the top of the head, breathing out as it comes down in front. Now we're going to add something to this. As I breathe in, I follow, the energy fills up the whole body. It's not going just up the spine, it's just the whole body fills up, starting at the toes. And now pretend like your palms, your hands are flat, that this is a CT scan. Wherever your hand is, it's scanning right through the body at that point, going right through from front to back at the level of the hand. So this is slightly different. Before we were watching the energy go up the back and down the front. Now as my hand comes up, energy fills up through my feet. The whole body fills up to my head. And as I come down, I have a CT scan right at the level of my flat hand, going right through my body and seeing what's in there. And by seeing it, it's the chi goes where the mind goes. The mind is directing the energy. So as I fill it up, I'm activating the whole body. And then as I come down through, following this CT scan, I'm stimulating every little one layer at a time, right through the body. Again, concentrating on just that slice. That one more time. And as the slice goes through, it activates and triggers stimulation at every level. One thin slice at a time. Now as I come back, holding the lower dantian, feel again, what's the difference from before? Do I have more activation, more sensation? Knees are off locked, legs shoulder width apart. The chin is just down slightly to keep the head, make it go straight up. And my pelvic bone is just kind of twisting in, so it's pointing straight down. So I've activated as much as possible this whole system. The iron element, as well as the water with activation of kidney. The little white blood cells I can feel them in my legs, in the center of the bone. They're all very active. Now I want to be able to pull it up through a center column. So I put my hands in a prayer position. As I breathe up, breathe in as I go up. And then breathe out as I go down. Twist the fingers to point down. Then breathe in. And I'm balancing right and left. And I'm opening a column right up through the center of the body. Go sideways. Go up as high as possible, and then breathing out as I go down. I feel my shoulder blades change position as it goes up. I don't have to have a lot of pressure from one hand to the other, but just by trying to keep it in a straight line, I'm balancing the right and left, the yin and yang, and I'm creating this tube going right up through the center. A good tube for transfer of energy from one part of the body to the other. Go a couple more times. Last time. Breathing in. And breathe out. As I bring my hands up to the center, I want to push hands out, palms down. So my palms are down, and now I want to create an action where my palm is going on my back, pointing away, and the top palm is going up, pointing up as I twist. So we'll start that again. As I breathe in and have an angle, very sideways angle, and then breathe out. And the other side, palms facing away. They breathe in, I'm stretching the side of my lungs on one side and contracting it on the other, and breathing out. I'm working on trying to teach the rib cage to open up between each rib to allow more oxygen into the lungs. I breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Really, we are teaching the sides of the lungs to expand. To have the more oxygen in there, the more energy that you will have. Converting that oxygen into energy and protecting, again, as a metal system, the immune system gets stronger and stronger. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out, palms down, then palms away. Breathing in and out. Breathe out one more time each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now working with the lungs, so then we will do the dragon clears the path, which is working on not just the sides of the lungs, but we're going to work on front, back, and sides. So bring my hands in, and it's going to be 3 breaths in. I'm really going to fill up the lungs for every breath out. So start with out, and then breathe in on the back, in on the sides, and in the front, and then finally breathe out. In the back, in the sides, in the front, and then breathe out. Twist the little finger and follow it with your eyeball, making that eyeball make a loop inside the eye socket. So not only are we working on the lungs of how much extra oxygen I can get in, but I'm stimulating my eyes through the motion. Now, you remember when we're specifically working on the kidney with the horse and rider, that also stimulates the eyes, connecting that this part has a minor kidney element to it, which is helping with my bone marrow and white blood cell production and stimulation, not just production, but putting it to action. If you can't do 3 ins, it's okay. But try in, and in. It's like 3 gulps and then 1 out. 3 gulps. And out. In. 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 1 more time each side. And then I relax. Now, because I had 3 in and 1 out, now I'm going to do 1 in and 3 out. So feet shoulder width apart. As I work on the metal element, my hands palms down, out in front. As I breathe in, slight drop, and then 3 presses out. And breathe in, slight drop, 3 out. It's like a circle. Up high, in, and out. As I breathe in, I expand up a little, and then counterbalance to get 3 out from deep down inside. So I'm clearing out any of the stagnant air. I breathe in through the nose. When I go out with the mouth, so I can go really deep, get it nice and clear. Clean it out. Breathing in. Out. Breathing it in. Staying nice and upright. Out. 1 more time. And then out. And then I relax. Now I'm going to also work on the eyes with it. As I bring my hands in, I want to look really tightly at each little line and crack in my hands. And as they come up and around, make claws. As they come out and around, and look at your hands through the peripheral vision of your eyes. And then relax. As they breathe in, look in with intent, right up close, without touching. Claw fingers, and look through the peripheral vision of your hands, your eyes at your hands. Nice and tight fingers, and then relax. Nice big loop, breathing in. And breathing out. See how wide and open your eyes can get. And as I look intently at my hands and breathing in, I make that claw and my eyes are cold. The white of my eyes, the eyes are open so much that it's cold. And then I relax in a normal vision. Fine tune, look really intent at every line in your hand, your palm, and then open your eyes, like stretch out your eyeballs, your eyelids are open as far as possible, and then relax. And again, with intent, very fine focus, and then with your eyeballs open as wide as possible. And then relax. We'll do it 2 more times. Breathing in. It's very tight, very tense fingers and open eyes, cold white around the pupil. And then relax last time. And then claws open. And then relax. Now staying with the lung, the iron, and who else has claws but cats? So we'll get in the cat pose. So the cat pose is the weight is on the back foot and the front foot is just bent and touching right in front. About 80% weight on the back, 20% in the front. And then take your hands with a 45 away. The front leg is the same as the arm is the lower arm. And we just stand here. It's a meditative pose, 45 degrees away with the hands, a little bit away from each other. Every once in a while, you can try to pick up the front foot just to show that you don't have so much weight on it. Now the metal is symbolized. Keep going, same way. I'll kind of get at an angle. So the metal is like a knife, right? My hands are a sharp single line, one on top of the other, right up through the center. And it's like a knife. And so we're like nature is our bodies trying to mimic nature. So this metal sharp knife is teaching the white blood cells that it needs to differentiate. This carving done with a knife is to cut away. The white blood cells know how to attack the unwanted elements in the body through the bloodstream and leave what's good alone in this sharp edged knife fashion, cutting away what I don't want and leaving what I do. And the metal itself is a shield around me as well, giving me protective coating, but also knowing with the sharpness to allow certain things to get through and others to stay away. Try again with it. Make sure you have a good percentage of weight on the back versus the front. Breathing in and out of the nose, thinking about all these metal and knife elements and the lung shield. Now I relax and go with the other foot. Weight, new back foot, new front foot. Sorry, gotta switch hands. And having this 45-degree angle with the hands gives it a nice single line right through the center. One is on top of the other, not sideways, but right under, one under the other. Breathing in and out of the nose, filling up the entire lungs. We taught it to use the front, the back, the sides, and we want to use them all, filling it all up. And now back to the balancing. This time, not the scanning, but bring it right up the center of the back. And breathing out, bringing it right close to the front on the center line of the front of the body. Even with the hands, level with the hands. They follow it up through between the legs and up the back, right along the spine and the sharp edge. Palms up. Comes up over the top of the head and bring it down the front. And then breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathing in. And breathing out. As I bring my hands on to the lower dantian again. Now I want to, with the warm down is a little different. I'm not going to tap. I'm going to smooth. So I come around the back, massage the kidneys like we did before, circular motion. And then I'm shining my armor as I come down. I'm pushing, smoothing it along the outside of the back of the legs. Coming up, if you're barefoot, feel the bottom of your feet. Pushing, not tapping, but pushing. As I've created this iron shield and I'm shining it. As I come away on the inside and up on the back side. Switch. And I feel it, the hardness of this shell that I've created. But I've also, just because of the touch, skip the hands, the head, the neck, the ears, squeeze the ears, the neck, feel the back, and around again on the back. So the touching, you feel the warmth of your hand, it's pulling out from the center. The bone marrow is active, the white blood cells being created in the bone marrow, but I want to pull that chi element out to the sides, to the surface, to create this metal shield effect. So I'm smoothing it. I'm pulling it out to where I touch, wherever I touch, my mind is. The chi follows the mind, and the warmth, like a magnet, come up to the head, maybe the temple, and ears, neck. One more time around, a little extra warmth on the kidneys. Follow it. Come around the front, feeling our head, our temple, our ears, the neck, shoulders. Now as I come back to the back, I'm gonna, you know the drill, cupped hands an inch or two away, And this is my force field. So now what I had brought out to the surface, I'm pulling away just slightly. They go nice and slow. Same pattern. It's acting like a pulling, like a magnet pulling out an inch or two away from the body. So I've created a little extra padding. This force field is being built up around me, not just on the surface, but a little bit away. And I can feel that force field. Different sensations. What do you feel? Think about it. This is a little slower than the smoothing because we want to give it the ability to pull it out. Well, like static electricity can do the same thing. Come across, I feel this whole helmet around my head, the sides, then opposite my ears, I feel that space between my hands and my head. We'll go one more time around. Because this is what I built up, the whole purpose, create this immune system. So now I can go out more than a mile away, right? A kilometer away. Now to get towards the head again, because we rarely really get to work on the face. So just feel this, because I'm not touching, I can spend a little more time here. Feeling that space helmet. Come around without touching now. I want to hold my hands just a little bit away. Nice vertical position. Head going up, chin down slightly. Pelvic twisted, knees off block. And as I breathe in, breathing in through the nose, I want to have energy come right down through the center, the top of my head, actually a little bit back. Bitway is the acupuncture point. It's coming straight down the column that I had created with this opening and centering. The energy comes right down from there to the lower dantian as I breathe in. And it's collecting on this tube that's right there. And as I breathe out, it pushes it into the lower dantian. It's like I fill up that tube with the breathing in with the muscles of the stomach go out. Breathing out, air goes out, but the energy concentrates right in this big circle that's inside the body. We'll do that a couple times. See it, a center tube right through the middle of the body, filling up. And as I breathe out, it empties into the lower dantian. And I'm using the embryonic breathing. So the stomach goes out, pulls the lower diaphragm down to suck in the oxygen. And as it pushes the oxygen out, it collects the energy into the lower dantian. So this is filling the qi. We activated it, we strengthened it, and this is a way of filling it. I'm just showing you that as a brief introduction. That is a way of meditating 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, even an hour, to really have a method of bringing in the qi to the body and storing it into the lower dantian. So we don't have time to do this for an hour, right? So now we finish it with bringing our hands on the lower dantian, continuing with the slow breathing to finish it off, just relaxing.